Alright, welcome back. This is Black Lodge Trivia Night. This is Art doing playthrough at Darklands. I'm not sure how this is going to go or how long I'll be able to go for, but I did a little, I'm not 100% sure how you skip this cutscene. I sort of hit a bunch of random keys and then click my mouse and something does it, but let me see. So I did a little bit of grinding. I just got to figure out what the last timestamp was. It looks like that was just after midnight. Okay, so let's load that one. And one sec. All right, sorry about that. I needed my stuff. Okay, so yeah, I did a little grinding, and I got, as you might remember from the last time I was recording, we got to Speyer. The nice thing about Speyer, there's a couple of nice things. One's a little smaller, so I was able to up my reputation a little easier. And two, it's got pretty high quality armor. So let's go to the party. You can see I've got a local rep of 40. I got 416 space bucks, but I've actually been spending a lot, so for some of the equipment, let me see if I can bring people up here. You could see, I think this is new. He's got a Warhammer and he has 30 quality set of leather. So you can see like it's not 25 quality that you start with. The armor here is pretty good. I want to make sure he's actually wearing the leather, not the clothing. I don't know if there's a way to drop stuff. Anyway. So that's Sigrun. I picked up a shield, got a crossbow going. Probably her armor's probably some 25, and then some pants I probably picked up along the way. Saboto, same thing. He's got a crossbow, still doing the short sword. His armor's, is it still like, oh, he's got 32 quality padded. That's pretty good. And then C-Card, I don't think I did anything with, because I sort of loaded him up first. I guess he's got stuff he could sell, but, well, maybe this is new. They've got large shields. I don't know if before they're doing medium shields. The shields I moved over to Saboto and Sigrun. And then basically all I did was run around the back alleys and fight bandits, except one interesting thing that happened. I was running around at night. Obviously, there's curfews everywhere, et cetera, and I got tagged by the guards. So you have a couple options when you get tagged by the guards. I don't know if that's something that happened when I was recording earlier sessions, but you can, let me think. You can sort of fast talk your way out. You can bribe. You can like throw a, like an alchemical potion, like a sunburst or whatever it is for a distraction. You can do a bunch of different things to escape. I didn't have the cash to bribe them. I didn't want to blow the alchemical potion on it either. Couldn't pray to a saint. For some reason, I'm not able to pray to saints for assistance. I don't know if that's a character thing or if I'm just not doing something right. And so I ended up getting into a fight. So the fight was harder, but it wasn't insurmountable. Took out the guards, and they died. That hits your reputation. But as you can see, my reputation is still like a respected 40, so I'm not sure the hit was rough. But what it did do is it gave me access to some armor, and I'm not sure what to do with it. Because if you can see here, I've got 15 quality scale. The V I've learned is for vitals, so it's probably like, and the L stands for limbs. So I started doing a little research about the armor, and apparently there's two main qualities to the armor. And again, don't quote me on any of this. This is just my random Googling nonsense. And there's the type of armor, which is its sort of thickness, and then there's the quality. And what my Googling found is that the type of armor, like I said, is its thickness. It determines how much you need to penetrate it to do damage to you with certain weapon types. Crossbows obviously will have a very high penetration. That was their whole function. So plate's going to have higher thickness than padded, right? The other thing is quality. Now, the quality is sort of an interesting thing where you take the difference between the numbers. So often I'm getting hit with like, 5 quality clubs or something like that. So a 5 quality club against 25 quality leather. What you do is you take the club's 5, subtract it from the 25, you get 20. For every 10 points, the person with the higher number gets a +1, or the person with the lower number gets a -1. There's some kind of bonus like that. So it's kind of crazy, Again, as I was saying in one of the earlier sessions, 1992. So it's a little insane. No Justice Iced Tea today. It's just straight up Dunkin' Donuts. Proud New England product. I have family from New England, so I'm not from there, but yeah. Anyway, so it's kind of nuts. So what I was trying to decide to do here was, do I stick with the higher quality leather, or do I go with the lower quality but thicker scale? I honestly don't know if the bonuses are better or worse than the penetration protection. I don't really know. Some things I read around the internet said early on, at least, it's better to go for like the thickness, the plate 5 quality over, padded 60 quality. I didn't actually look at the rule book. Probably should have referenced the clue book, but I just didn't get around to it. Anyway, so that's where I was at. I was trying to decide, and all this came about because I got into a fight with the guards. They were better armored. And so I was trying to decide what to do, because otherwise I've, upped some stats. I don't know. I've got this guy's, edged weapons up to almost 60. Got their like missile weapon up to 20, edge is 30, so I've been making a little bit of progress. And I thought it might be time to see if we could go hunt down that Raubritter, the robber baron. Let's just simply walk out. Oh, but one interesting thing. After I got into the fight with the guards, later on, I got recognized by the guards walking around the street in daylight. And it gave you similar options. Like, do you surrender? Do you fight? Do you throw an alchemical potion? And one of the options was to sweet talk. So all those points I put into speak common paid off there, and I was able to talk my way out of that ticket. So that was good. Now, it says here, while trying to sneak past the guards, C-Card gets angry when an urchin tries to pick his pocket. I didn't realize I was trying to sneak past the guards. I was trying to... Are we fighting with the guards again? Oh, that's not good. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to try to flee. Let's see if I can get off the map. I'm hoping that's how this works. Can't tell if we're getting game audio. I don't know how, I've talked about how the game was sort of buggy at release. I don't know how it is now. So let's keep... Okay, there's some audio at least. All right. It's a little, the controls are not 100% smooth, but it's not so bad once you really sort of start integrating the keyboard shortcuts. So somebody's launching arrows or something at me, right? I wonder if I needed to sneak past the guards because I've gotten into fights. Yeah, if this doesn't let me flee, this might be bad. I don't think it's going to let me flee. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let's start. All right. Not unexpected. So let's reload. But let's just see what it does before I reload. They would strip us unconscious bodies. Before they are through, however, the sergeant comes by and yells at them, "Get rid of these bodies. This isn't an abattoir." The soldiers aren't sure what to do with you, so they haul you to a nearby alleyway and dump you there. Huh. So it doesn't have to be a total failure. That's interesting. Okay. All right, so I think this is the one. So let's load that one again. And let's just see if we can... Oh, I should probably heal, though, before we head out. So let's go to... Okay, so this is what happened last time. The guards, I recognize them. They're wanted here. Arrest them all. Let's see if I can sweet talk my way out of this. Okay. Your leader, Seacard, smiles and looks pleased. "Very good, Sergeant. You have passed the test by spotting myself and my men costumed as wanted thugs. I shall speak favorably of you to your officer." Doesn't make a ton of sense? Probably not. But basically, keep your eyes open. The real thugs are still out there. Bring them in and I'll have your salary doubled. So just, classic fast talk. But it's interesting, even though I've got a 40 rep, I had one fight with the guards and it doesn't seem to be a separate track, but it seems to be something that's going to keep coming up, though. So we're going to take up residence. Stupid thing I discovered. Let's earn some money. Again, once you start getting the keyboard shortcuts down, it's not bad. You can spend a day and you can just hit S again and it sort of blows through the timer. So, a little quality of life thing that I just stumbled upon. So now let's have him earn a little money. And let's keep going. Okay, earn some money. We're almost there, so sometimes I forget to... It's kind of interesting, and one of the things I was like, hey, forewarned, I save scum, and then the next session I forget to save like 4 different times. So, I was trying to come up with a system of how to save, and what I've started doing is just doing timestamps. So you'll get to see how long this gets recorded before how long it goes up. If that is of any interest, it's 10:41 a.m. Labor Day, so I have the day off. Family's doing different things. Sadly, my wife actually had to work a little bit today, so she's doing that. The kids are upstairs in their rooms. School's about to start here, and so my son, who's going to be, up there in high school, has got a bunch of prep packets he has to take care of. I'm not sure. My daughter might still be asleep. She likes to sleep in, and I think she's going to take advantage of it on the final days of her summer break here. So let's see. One of the main gates leading out of the city. Well, okay, I was going to say, okay, this is very cool. I knew this is part of the game, but we haven't seen it yet. So as you can see, I've spent so much time running around. It's now winter, right? So it's November 6th. Again, we're down here in Speyer. We were tasked, I think, in Frankfurt on Main. That's a bigger city than Frankfurt is. Anyway, to take out a robber baron somewhere west of Speyer. So I was going to go take a look. But yeah, as you can see, it tracks seasonal changes. If we sort of skipped fall, but it gets autumnal. Let's see. You see a grim cairn and realize you are now in the territory of a robber knight. You can boldly go straight to the castle, set a roadside ambush. Again, so even hey, how do you want to deal with the robber knight? They give you 12 options. Set aside a roadside ambush for the Raubritter's men, or pretend to be ordinary wayfarers hoping to draw the attention of the rob. So I'm not sure how those actually play out. So let's see if this is the castle. Looking across tilled fields, you see a vast castle keep standing on an open knoll. You decide to Let's talk to the peasant farmers, get an idea what's going on. The farmers bow and nod politely, impressed but frightened by your appearance and self-confidence. Despite his best efforts, Sighard is unable to get any useful information, except that the name of the place is Germersheim. Okay. I don't think this is what we're looking for. Because remember, it was west of Speyer. So let's, yeah, no, I know. While traveling, you're stopped by armed men with weapons drawn. Empty your packs. We must check them in the name of Lord Caspar Hardig. Okay, so these are the Raubritter's men. I knew suspiciously the Raubritter's men finger their weapons, but do not attack. They talk with you for a while, clearly unsure what to do. Eventually, they depart. So again, I'm guessing this might be the Raubritter's castle. So let's go take a look. Same random encounter. Let's see if we can... Okay, sort of talked our way out of it again. Its spire outlined against the sky, the tower of the robber knight Caspar Hardig is impressive. Lights gleam from upper windows. You? So we can lay siege. Sure, why not? Attack the Tower of Alchemy. I don't think I have that in me in terms of my equipment. Ask politely to come inside. Challenge the Raubritter to single combat. Sneak into the tower after dark. Go away. So I don't know why you would agree to this. Let's try... This feels like it could be a grind. Who knows what... Smiling, the Raubritter comes out and welcomes you inside. Even in our wild lands, we know of you. Please accept my hospitality. I wonder if that's because my reputation's up there. You step within the Robber Knight's tower. Grinning wolfishly, the Raubritter Caspar Hardig meets with you inside his crude audience chamber. Chewing on extorted meat and guzzling stolen ale, he feasts heartily with his tough, scarred men-at-arms. Offering some refreshments to you, he begins by saying, "Let us reason together. You... And we could just jump him. Spend the night, then we could try to ambush him at night. My stealth is crap. See if my fast talking does anything. Steeling himself to the dangerous task, Sighard leaps up and draws his weapon, flourishing it over the Raubritter's head. Oh, this is not what I was picturing. He cries, "Caspar Hardig, in the name of the people you oppress, you are our prisoner." Furious at your audacity, the Raubritter's sword flies into his hand. He roars to his men, "Slay me, these idiots." They attack immediately. Let's see how bad this goes. Okay, so it could be worse, which is, I guess, not the thing you usually want to open. Let's see if I can get some shots in. So Sigrun and Saboto have crossbows. The good news is hopefully they hit hard. The bad news is it takes 27 minutes to reload. So they're going to get one shot off and then it's on. And I think they whiffed. So, which is not unexpected because they're... Okay, so this raises the question. A lot of times I reference the Icewind Dale. Everybody attacks one person. Do you clean out the mobs is basically my thought. So I'm having my front line attack this guy, my rear guard go after him, even though I probably should split them up. He's going to get separated because his pathfinding is going to go the wrong way. Okay. 27. Somebody just got wrecked. Sigrun took it. I wonder if it splits it. But this, again, this is going back to the armor. The trick with the armor is the more armor you're wearing, the heavier your load, the quicker your stamina goes down. And so you're sort of trying to, because that can take you out of a fight just as much as, getting hit. So there you go. Another, Darklands, the original fat roll. Take that, Dark Souls. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, so Sigrun went down from like exhaustion. He's going to go down because he's flanked. But I don't know what to do because these guys are also flanked and sort of shouldering a bigger burden. Now, if they're just down from exhaustion and I somehow pull this off, I don't think I'm going to pull this off when it's 4-on-1. Curious what happens when you lose to a sure. When you lose to a Raubritter. Gloatingly, the Raubritter's men search your bodies for items of value. They take everything they find, drag you half naked, helpless. Before Caspar Heartache, he scoffs at you and says, take them out and beat them to death. So they didn't quite beat us to death. I guess that's... Yay? So, okay. I'm going to do is I'm going to reload, because again, I do save scum. Yeah, there we go. You know, I'm going to delete some of these, just to make it a little easier on me. Anything that's, yeah, doesn't have a timestamp. And anything that's a timestamp that's a little older. There we go. Okay, so let's do that. And let's see if we can tackle... I guess let's see if we can leave the city first of all. But then let's see if we can tackle this in a different way. Now, to be fair, you know, we might not be quite there. Oh, okay, it didn't work this time. You know what? Let's just go to town, though. But yeah, I'm starting to... Oh, just people behind us. Okay, that's the problem. So let's reassign. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Now, so okay, so they're double teaming. Hopefully he goes down quick and they can... Because this guy's probably the most heavily armored here. He looks like he's wearing better armor. This looks like just crap leather. The problem is I'm not looking to... Oh, long spear could be interesting. Short bow. Okay, so that's going to save me some money. So let's give Eckhart a bow. I don't know if he's... Okay, nice. Nice, all right. I don't know if Eckhart's actually good with a bow, but I think we need to work on it regardless. God, yeah, he's so much better with a missile, but they're so slow that at some point people have to start getting good with a bow. So let's give him a short bow. And let's give him arrows. Well, that's... Seems like they're... I don't know if there's a faster way to do that. You know what? I'm going to switch to scale. I have Eckhard, equipment, bow. Sighard is going to send a scale over to Eckhard as well. They're supposed to be my front line. Trying to figure out like if it'd be worth it to get somebody like with just a big FU two-handed sword or halberd, so they can't defend themselves, but they cut through people faster. And so maybe the shorter fights prevent damage in a way that armor could, if you know what I mean. Okay, so you see here, normal load 40. So we're not like, in theory, like our endurance shouldn't be impacted too much by this. Still a light load, so that's good. Light and light. Okay. Okay, so let's see if we can save. It is again. Interesting thing, the numeric keys don't seem to work for me in terms of typing this stuff out. So you have to use the ones along the top of the keyboard. I'm not a bad talker. So we were able to ask politely last time. This feels like if we could chip away at them, that might not be bad. Let's see what happens. Jeering, Caspar Hardig's one-eyed lieutenant shouts, "My master would sooner see you hanged in chains. You are welcome to enter unarmed and unarmored." Okay, yeah, so we're not going to do that. So we're still stuck outside. So let's lay siege. Calling to the castle garrison, you say, "We have come for justice." No man enters or leaves except by our leave until Caspar Hardig surrenders. Set up a camp just out beyond bowshot and begin the wait. So this is what I figured. They're going to... Okay, so we must defeat them to maintain our siege, as they have brought food and water to resupply the tower. Let's see how bad this is. Okay, so... Oh, the other thing I figured out is, like, sometimes if you can get an ambush going, like in the city streets, it's like, oh, you spot them before they spot you. Okay, that's where they are. It gives you more space before the attack starts, which can give you time to get a couple shots off. So, it looks like this is the road. I know it's a little hard to tell. So we have to stop them from getting in. So that's kind of interesting. So let's get to the road. 2, move. 3, move. And 4, move. See if we can... not sure why. Oh, you can't really... I was trying to figure out like why I can't like shift the perspective around, but it can't seem to really do that super well when the games are in. Now this is sort of chugging along and I don't quite know why. Okay, so I'm definitely going to beat them to the punch in terms of getting to the road. I wonder... You know what, let's let this play out. Let me get to the gate. So I can't tell if it's actually chugging, because if you look at like the torch, that's sort of flickering at like normal speed. So maybe that's just a product of like how the turns go. So let me see where these guys are. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get a shot or two off with missile weapons. So let's see who can do what. Missile, can it hit him? Yeah, 3. Can you missile? Again, if I can, I'm going to try and missile. You've got some arrows. You're going to miss, but at least maybe I can start building your skill up. Never quite sure why. I think there's some line of sight going on. I'm never quite sure how to... I've got some shots off. That's good. You can see the bow is a little faster. They're still load. So, okay. So as you can see, like, it's really sort of a one-time deal. It's everybody kung fu fighting on him. Let's see how this goes. This might be terrible. Spotto takes a hit. Start dealing some damage. Sigrun takes a hit. A couple of guys go down, it looks like. So the problem is that my main fighters didn't go after the main guy the way I hoped. So it left poor Sabato to one-on-one the main fighter. So I'm hoping I can take this. I'm just kind of curious what happens when you defeat the siege. All right. So I'm going to distribute to another person, get, distribute to another person, get, distribute to the next person. So again, you can sort of recover some of your ammo. And then let's take, we've got falchions, leather, better quality falchion, more leather, small shield, a long sword, which is going to be better than short sword. So let's, that's good. Okay. Standing over the torn bodies of Raubritter's minions, you taunt him and shout insults into the castle. Yeah, that's not going to work. I guess we keep the siege going. I don't know if there's a... Oh, I should have read that because it's probably... Oh, they're coming out the other way because they're hungry. So that's good. So again, let's... Can I change stuff in combat? Is that a big deal? Because what I want to do is I want to switch to that long sword I just picked up. Battle axe might be better. I forgot you can't scroll. You got to click. Spears are interesting. Long sword. Let's do that. Still a light load. That's good. Pretty hurt, but hopefully enough to keep it together. So let's quickly take shots. Can I hit anybody? Okay, he can't. Let's try her. Can she get a shot off? Yeah, for some reason she can basically hit everybody. He can't. So let's maybe move him out to the side a little bit. And then number 4 has a bow. Let's have him take a shot. See what happens. Okay. Okay, now he's moved. Let's see if he can get one shot off. So yeah, it must be like line of sight somehow. And now, we've gotten her, we took her shot. Let's start attacking. I'll have them, because you can see they just dropped somebody pretty quickly. So now let's get her. Now that everybody's sort of gotten engaged, let's get Sabato helping out him because they've sort of locked people in. So maybe now that's enough to. Of course, Sabato. I don't know if I'm going to be able to disengage. I don't want Sabato to go down. So let's have Sabato switch to parry. There we go. Now hopefully he can flank him in time. Now hopefully just boom. There we go. Okay, so the quarrel again is picking up bolts. So I'm going to distribute to a different person. Get, distribute to a person. Get, distribute the arrow to a different person. Get, and then go back to picking stuff up. And then leave. Nice. But you can see, the bows, when it's really bad, it improves quickly. Standing over the torn bodies, you insult the castle, yada, yada, yada. Breathing forth threats and curses, Casper strides out of his fortress. My most trusted retainer shall back me up. Stand and die. He and his chosen men have moved to the attack. You meet them face to face. All right, let's see how many there are. I was going to say it's not bad, except that they're the more heavily armored. Now, I wonder if there's like a capped number. Like if it's going to track armor thickness and penetration, does it come up with like a set number of people that you have to fight to clear a castle? Like if we had... Okay, so that's not going to work. So let's flank him out a little bit. 3 is going to missile attack him. 4 is going to missile attack him. Let's see what happens. And then once Sabato gets to the side, we're going to missile attack. Not sure if anybody hit. Okay, 1 is going on the attack. 4 is going on the attack. Let's get them out. Start jamming people up. This is not what that's great, but I need Sabato to run. I need Sigrid to run. Nope, crap. Let's have her parry. So again, you can see somebody's hitting me for 17. So this guy, he's no joke. What was Sabato? Was he my Saints kind of guy? Because I'm thinking maybe I keep it. I mean, he has a dumb name, so... Is it the Quarrel? This is some of... Okay, this is poor Sabato's equipment. So I'll pick up his arrow, and then we'll go back to... Picked mace. I don't know if I had that. Two-handed sword. Plate armor. Oof. So it's hard, you know, again, like, it's kind of a big deal, right? Mortally wounded, the evil robber knight coughs out his life at your feet. His minions flee into the countryside where they will be hunted down by the locals. You have won. You grin, clap each other on the back, and set about looting the robber's castle. Taking what you can carry, you leave the remainder for the local peasants. And now you can see, I think, the castle's in ruins. I know it's tough to see, but that's a way to tell, like, you know, sort of your progress. So the world sort of changes a little bit. I'm trying to get back to Speyer here. Oh, am I stuck in a swamp? Is that the problem? All right, back at Speyer. Let's see if we can just go to the gate in broad daylight. I'm okay paying the toll. That's not a problem for me. So we need to replace... we need to replace our priest, basically. So yeah, I think he was mostly a... so again, we have to... Rope priests? Henry, that's simpler, right? Nobody needs to hear me tripping over every single word in this game. So let's... so the main things we're looking at: religion, virtue, nobility seems pretty good. You know, again, as I do this, I'm looking at the numbers changing to the right there. Let's try nobility. Maybe it'll be like the, you know, third son of a noble that gets handed off to the church or something. So we're going to need some, I guess, well, first of all, got to be able to fight. Strength might be more important than endurance, because that's how you actually die. Bumping that up, bumping up some intelligence. Let's drop that down by 5 to give it more to intelligence. Okay. I don't want to think about this too much. Novice, monk, nun. Could have made it a nun. That could have been interesting. Okay, so last time, let's make this guy good with a bow instead of the missile. And then let's give him... Doesn't really matter. Flails, why not? Pole arms could be interesting. You know, make him like a... make him a monk with a halberd. I actually kind of like that. I'm doing it. And then otherwise we need to bump up religion, virtue, and speak Latin. It's going to be important. Heal might be important. This guy might be my healer. So let's focus on those. Go to next occupation. Wait, I still have more. Okay. What else can I do? Did I do polearm? Let's also do flails. And let's also do common. Oh, read write could be important. Okay. Go to next occupation. Let's do a friar. It's going to bump my endurance up, knock my intelligence down. So you get a little dumber if you enter the church, I guess. So let's start pumping this up. We're going to do bow, polearm, religion, virtue. Okay, next occupation. Stick with a friar. Let's get religion up. Virtue. And polearm. I'm going to love that idea. Him just wrecking shop with a with a halberd. All right. Let me see. I'm going to stick with a friar. Did I miss a monk, like working my way up a... That's fine if I did. I just... Oh, crap. Heal. You know what? I'm going to go one more and bump it up to heal. Yeah. I don't know if being 40... Hey, 40 is the new 30. But I don't know if it matters a lot in this. Neglecting Latin completely. Okay, so that's a train wreck, but good enough. We need... Where is he? Henry. Add to the party. Perfect. Let's make him a... There we go. First color. Why not, right? Heraldry. That's fine. Perfect. So we are in rough shape. I wonder if this affects our... Okay, we're still respected. So in some ways, I want to go back to... It might have taken us so long that it doesn't matter, because I don't even remember who gave us the quest to go take out that Raubritter. But we need to heal. First of all, let's get some equipment going. Nothing. Perfect. You are going to... This guy can handle a little bit. Let's see what happens if I equip. Two-handed sword, plate armor, and chainmail. So now we're on a heavy load. So that's too much, right? Let's try different limb. Okay, there we go. And then, yeah, because I feel like that's a solid front line, right? Oh, a shield. Can I use a shield and a two-handed sword? How do you unequip? You know, it's a question I've never had to unequip. Let me check the card here. Unarm you. Okay. I think we're going to undo the shield. I don't know where it is on the list. It's a large shield, so let's 48. Okay. All right. I don't know if that matters. I just don't know how you would use a large shield. I know it can help with like missile defense, obviously, but it also gives you a bonus to your armor in a melee in some ways. But okay. Now what we need to do is we need to equip. Let's see what Henry can carry. Oof. 74. I wonder if that's 65 because I'm hurt. Okay, let's give him a short bow. Do I have any arrows? I might not. Let's give her a mace. Let's start getting away from the clubs, getting to more civilized, bash your face in kind of equipment. Let's give him chainmail slacks. Just to... Okay, still a normal load. Henry needs Henri. Maybe he's a little more. He needs some armor. What do we got? He's good with pole arms and flail, so I don't have any of that going on. So let's give him a shield. Let's give him some leather for his limbs and leather for his vitals. And then we'll have to figure out a weapon. Hopefully we have a little bit of money. So let's equip. So we're getting started. So that's not bad. Let's save. It is... I'm not trying to be all like Macho Bravo with, I'm going to use 24-hour time just to make it a little easier. But I'm not usually the type of guy who, sets everything to that kind of thing. I have to actually do the math in my head. Since I try and make this a little bit about real RPGs, I gotta say one game that really does armor well, it's for an old school game, is... So what I should say before I get into it too much is I prefer armor games when armor reduces damage rather than makes it so you miss, if that makes sense. I know it's all abstract and it doesn't matter and whatever, but that's just how my brain works. If there's a way to do it that way, that's what I want. And when I was talking about thickness and penetration and stuff like that, Columbia Games' Harnmaster rules. And I know there's Harnmaster Gold that's sort of done by another group that might be a little more granular or hardcore. I'm not sure what the right word is to use in that case. But anyway, it's a little complicated doing it on paper. In a VTT, I've done it on Foundry. I ran a 9-session, 10 sessions. It sort of fizzled, which I was a little disappointed about, because overall I was having a really good time, and it allows for like layered armor. It allows for armor that has, different qualities, like is it flammable, things like that. It's got some granularity to the armor that I think works really well. Let's have you earn money. And it's the trick with doing it not in a VTT is you have to, you sort of have to do the math. Okay, so like you've got padded underneath, studded leather. So that's going to be a 3 plus a 6, but it's only in, there's like 10 different regions, 10 different area locations, including like neck, groin, like it's really granular. In a VTT, that's not so bad because it sort of tracks a lot of the math for you. A little bit of the bookkeeping. Let's see. Let's have you earn. So now I should be making a profit, hopefully. Slowly, but. Another one that I was looking at, I apologize. I checked these back just to like spot check them for quality. Did something break, and I'm realizing that, the phrase microphone technique, is a real thing. So I'm trying to get better about things that I notice that I do on mic that hopefully make this a little easier to listen to. It's never going to be perfect. I'm not a professional, but there are little things I notice a lot of that I'm like, oh, come on. But another one I was looking at is the new Pendragon. I have the new starter set from, is it Chaosium? Yeah. Here's the one thing. I was like turning my head without moving my head across the mic. I think it's Chaosium. Yeah. And I didn't know what to think because it's a D20 system. So I'm kind of like, okay. In my head, that evokes, certain like, oh, it's going to do this and it's going to do that. But the thing that I really liked is that it actually, for a D20, it's the only D20 system I've personally seen where armor stops damage. It doesn't affect chance to hit. I'm not saying there aren't other ones out there. I'm just saying that for me, in my limited whatever, that was the first time I saw that. And I was like, oh. And then it has a lot of things that, and maybe this is why, it has a lot of things that I feel, I think Pendragon used to be a D100 system. And because there's a lot of things I'm like, oh, I recognize this from like basic role playing or Mithras or, so I feel like, maybe it's showing that sort of heritage a little bit, and I kind of like that. So let's go to Swordsmith Lane. Let's see if we can sell stuff. See, like I have a two-handed sword, but it's not a 24 quality two-handed sword. But the main thing we need to worry about is I got to sell some stuff. It's very important that I sell some stuff. Somebody should be using that. Let's sell that. Can't sell that. Let's sell those. I wish I could sell those. I don't know if you can. Oh, I could store them at an inn. I'm going to keep the large shield in case I ever want to go back or give it to somebody else. I'm going to sell a couple of these. Keep that battle axe. Maybe somebody can use that. You can see, though, like I'm starting to rack up some cash, right? So, I'm starting to get over that hump of longsword. I had like some fuzz from my headphones in my ear. Oh, I have 25. Okay, it is high enough. It's important now. I need to go for Henri. Yeah, I got a military hammer for Eckhard, so I don't know if that's been doing a lot. Here we go. That's right. He's going to need some arrows as well. I'm going to have Sighard pick up that crossbow. Okay, so let's leave here. Let's go to the bowyer and gunsmith. Let's barter for Henri. And let's get him a bunch of arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get about 25. As you can see, you can sort of recover them a little bit, so it's not the craziest thing in the world. I'm going to have Sighard get some bolts. I guess a quarrel for his crossbow. So now the question is, okay, so what are we working with? She's still got a club. He's got a warhammer. I think we can do better than a club. We want an impact weapon. So let's leave here. Let's go back to swordsmiths. We want impact. I can't tell if an axe is an impact or, technically it's got an edge, but did I give her a mace? I think I gave her a mace, so maybe we've already dealt with that. So let me change that really quickly. So I can sell her club at least. I guess one thing you could do if you wanted to make some quick money is sell your alchemical potions. I guess what I should be doing is making some so I could sell. All right. So he's got a weapon. We're kind of set with weapons. We're kind of set with armor, maybe? And we're starting to build up some cash. Let's see what other guilds there are really quickly. Let's see what the Clothmaker Street does. Nothing. All right. Maybe alchemical symbols. Strolling past townhouses displaying various arcane symbols, the experienced eye of Sigrun easily spots the best alchemist in Speyer, Falkwin Dungern. Buy a better Philosopher's Stone. Let's trade. See if we can trade. Huh. Okay, let's, he's not going to trade. Let's try. How did I get there last time? Yeah, I didn't do that. Oh, okay, because he kicked us out. We got to leave him alone for a while. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Oh, flail. Did I give somebody a flail? Oh, I think I gave Henri a flail to go with his. So, okay, that's not going to help. Okay. I mean, now we could probably request a meeting with the guildmaster because we have a high reputation. Why not? Master Artisan receives you, saying, "Ah, worthy friends, our guild extends the hand of friendship by offering you one of our journeymen as a private tutor in the art of artifice for only 6 groschen and 8 pfennigs per day. I assume you will reside at the inn, Golden Engel. She will visit you once a day to offer her services." I don't know how much money that is, but let's try going to the inn and just see for at least one day, right? Study, work, pray. So, I think alchemy is... So let's earn. Let's see if alchemy work. Or train or study, maybe. So it's 50. That's a lot. So let's just see how fast. So I got 5 florins. Let's see how fast this goes down. Okay, so it went up. Here's the thing. I don't want to blow all my... Let's just see what alchemy working. Oh, I don't have any... It doesn't matter. Okay. Let's get out of here. So my thing is I'm going to save, and then let's see if we can get back to Frankfurt on Main and see if there's a way to hand in that quest at all. Let's see. 4, 23. Okay, main gate. Simply walk. Still winter. Let's make our way back to Frankfurt. Moisture got the pad stuck. Okay, they're not really gonna... All right. Let's check Henri, because I'm not sure I equipped his... Yeah. We have to unequip that, because he's going all in. But he does have a bow. That's equipped. Good. Okay, so let's take some shots. Did I equip his crossbow? I don't think I... Did I equip his pants? Apparently not. Did I sell his pants, which would be awkward? You feel like somebody should have told me, right? So let's give him some cloth pants. Let's arm that. All right, so let's try this. Nope. Can he not? Okay, let's try. Nope. 1 missile. 2 missile. Missile. 3 missile. Missile somebody. Missile anybody. Oh, you know what? Can you get a shot off? There you go. 4. Missile. Okay, let's see what happens. I don't care if they miss. Okay, so 1 attack. 2 attack. 3 attack. 4 attack. Okay, let's see what we do here with our halberds and business. That's not good because he can't defend himself. Trying to see what's going on here with the two-handed sword. Okay. Arrows go to Henri and Eckhard. So let's distribute to Henri and get, and then I might switch his pants to leather now that I picked some. Okay, so this one at one point I was like, I don't know what that is. I think it's cuir bouillie or something like that. It means boiled leather. I looked it up. Nice. Not bad. Okay. Oh, pants. Yeah, let's switch that out. Equipment. Leather for... We got padded. That's better. I thought I had some leather. Yeah, there we go. Cool. A richly... can't quite tell if that's supposed to be a P. Comparison knight with a colorful entourage boldly rides toward your party. From the bearing of his retainers, you realize he is going to a tournament. You... see if we had a horse, we could challenge him. Or to a joust or a race. But we don't have a horse, so we're going to step aside. Now, I think the thing, besides, see, again, like, you get a horse and it, like, suddenly, like, these random encounters change up. Like, just a million little options that can be checked because, again, the presentation is text. I think that's Frankfurt on Main. As you see the pavilion of a traveling alchemist, frowning guards stand up and pull out weapons. The alchemist steps out of his tent and hefts a nasty-looking potion in one hand. He speaks, "Halt, hand over all alchemical material. We will give you a fair price, but we need it now." See if I can fast talk. Sieghard eloquently defends your party to the evil alchemist. Were you not once a poor apprentice, blah, blah, blah? Hey, let's just go. All right. I'm just a little nervous what would happen if we actually had to mess with alchemy. Like, I think alchemy can, like, damage your armor and stuff, knock down the quality. Let's travel elsewhere. We don't want mains. You know what? Let's go to the map because I don't recall. Okay, so we're at, okay, we made Worms, Mains. Okay, we just got to head east. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, let's get back to the game. All right, hopefully that's Frankfurt on Main. Here we go. You suspect that you'll be respected here. I wonder if that's because we took out the... Because when I left here, my reputation was like 3 or 4 or so. Again, I don't mind paying tolls. Okay, I wonder if that is because of the Raubritter. Again, we're doing pretty well on money. I think... And I was sitting here like, oh, it's a well-known. I thought like, oh, this inn's going to be famous. I think this is what it always says. So I was a little bit wrong on that. But I think the first thing we need to do is we need to heal up, unfortunately, which I know. You know what? Let's see. Nah. Rather not spend the money. Is everybody hurt? No, not Eckhart. So let's regain, earn, spend. We're going to lose a little money, but we're starting to build up our coffers. So, but yeah, so like, Pendragon, I'm kind of curious. I don't know. I'm going to get the main rule book when it comes out. The starter rule set I thought was like, oh, this is kind of interesting the way it, some of the things it does from D100, obviously armor, it's not necessarily specific to D100, but armor blocks damage instead of chance to hit. You compare success levels, which is very much something that you do in D100s. Like if you hit with a critical and they defend with a critical, it sort of balances out. But if you hit with a critical and they fail their defense roll, you have like 2 levels of success above them. Stuff like that. So that could be really interesting. There was something else though. Those kinds of things, I've been sort of looking a lot at Fate recently. Cortex Prime. I know I said in one recent video I bounced off it a little bit, but it's not like it's just like and then goes into the garbage. It makes me sort of try and find another way in, if that makes sense. I'm trying to do that now. But all these things sort of, and I think I said Fate, but like the 2d6 system from Cepheus is one that I've sort of been interested to see what it can do, because again, just the idea of like you roll 2d6 and then you're getting like degrees of success, depending on how much above your target number you land. Just seems like a very simple, elegant way to, Fate has its thing too, where they have the -2 to +8, chart. But I wish there was a way to tell what you have equipped when you're selling stuff, because I think that's part of the problem with me selling pants. So let's see, what do we got here? Looming overhead are the great battlements of the Romberg, the fortress of Frankfurt. The sergeant of the entrance guard directs you to a clerk inside where you... Okay, so we're still not good enough to... Honestly, if I were to go back to Speyer, I might be famous enough to get more quests. Now, you don't have to be told, go kill the Raubritters. You can just wander the countryside and they're there. I still need to sell some stuff. That's the problem. You know what? Let's sell it. I feel like I should keep that, but... I'm nervous. That's what I'm wearing. Okay, what are we up to? 1830. So again, we're doing all right. So at some point, what I would like to do... One of the things you can do if you just want to sort of like shortcut is you can go to the clue book and you can say, okay, I'm really into armor. I want to make sure and I only want to do it once. So you can sort of look up, okay, who's got the best armor in the game and sort of beeline for that city, only shop there. You can sort of do stuff like that. You can min-max it a little. What else? But yeah, I was talking about Cepheus. Like, Cepheus started as Cepheus Deluxe for, basically Mongoose's Traveler First Edition. But they just did a Barbarian Kickstarter. And they have, I'm looking at my shelves here. Like, Barbarians 1, Sword of Cepheus is sort of like Sword and Sandals. They did and I don't know where it is. There's like Westmarsh, no, not Westlands or something like that, and that's supposed to be a little bit more typical D&D-ish, I think. And then, of course, there's like Cepheus Deluxe. And then through that, they have some really nice settings like Hostel, which is sort of like Alien, but it's very easy to pull the Alien out of it if you just wanted that vibe, which is actually sort of my favorite sci-fi vibe, is the first half of the first Alien movie. I really, yeah. They have Orbital 2100, which is basically The Expanse, and it works pretty well. There's some good mechanics there that I borrowed for my M-Space game, which started in D100 M-Space, which is Mithras. And then I moved it to Savage Worlds when I sort of decided I was going to sort of go more all in on that. Anyway, but the 2D6 stuff, and it's just a classic, Traveler 2nd edition for Mongoose. I have a ton of 2300 AD, the new editions for Mongoose. That's actually my jam, not Traveler, but their 2300 setting, which is why I started running my M-Space game. Doesn't matter. Anyway. So what can we do? Oh, it just started raining. We could try the astrologist here. We haven't been kicked out yet. Let's see who we can purchase. Nope. Kicked us out. Okay. Is there anything the cloth maker does here? No. I wonder if there's any point to it. Like maybe like you can get a quest or something. Let's request a meeting with the guildmaster here. Let's see. Okay, this is more training if we want it. Let's go to the healer. Oh, okay. So we can buy the components here, right? I'm not prepared to buy any of this, but let's barter for Sigrun. And you know what? Like, I don't know what pure gold does, but let's purchase 1. Let's purchase 2. Let's just purchase 2 of everything so we can start. I don't know if I got this. We got the phlegmatic. Let's get the sanguine base. Probably need more bases, right? That's why it's cheap. Yeah, you know what? At least we can start building up our... Okay, he doesn't take students. That's fine. Okay. Because we got to... Yeah, we got to... I want to start doing that. Can we go to the church? Because I also want to start getting our religion going. Tall spires of the great churches. Is there a university here? The tall spires of a Gothic church arrow into the sky above you. Impressed, you look around and visit the Dom, Great Cathedral of Frankfurt. Visit the Liefrauenkirche, a well-known church. Visit the Kloster, where monks study church and law and administration. So, as bad as I'm butchering all the words in this game, you should know somewhere out there is my old German teacher from college. I took a year of German, and she's just going like, oh my God. Oh my God. She was a fantastic teacher. It's my terrible abilities are in no way a reflection on her. Gargoyles leer overhead. I went to the Dom, I think. Your footsteps echo inside the mighty nave. Ominous statues and glowing stained glass image. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, we haven't found any relics. But again, one of the 8 billion things that are going on in this game. Let's attend Mass. The priest hurries up to you. I'm sorry, he says, but the next Mass will not be held until Vespers. Please return then. Okay. Let's talk to a priest. Our great Dom is famed throughout the land. We honor many saints, but emphasize none, nor do we hoard any holy relics. That's good to know. The building itself is sacred enough. Okay. Let's see where else we can go. Let's go to the Kloster, where monks hang out. I was trying to make him a bit of a monk. An elderly, clear-eyed monk bows and asks your business. You explain. Again, if this were Baldur's Gate, we would just have the little sprite walk up to me. We have no idea that he has clear eyes. We would have no idea, Let's do that. I don't think we've lost any divine favor. The monks accept your money with dignity and promise to add prayers for you in their next mass, which starts soon. They seat you in a cloistered room rather than offering to let you join. Contemplation of godly things during the mass will greatly improve the effect. He closes the door. After a few hours, you indeed feel better in the eyes of your creator. When the monk's chants finally fade to silence, a novice appears and ushers you through a door. You step through and find yourself outside the monastery once more. So did they kick us out? The old monk promises to inquire and bids you wait for an answer. You take seats on a wooden bench and wait. As you are escorted into the library, your guide whispers a gift of 3 groschen to help maintain the library would be appreciated. Let's see. You just discuss your preferences and discover that today you have only time to study one saint. And only one person can see that's fine. So I want Henri to go in. And, so you know what? Again, you go to the clue book and it's going to tell you what every single saint does. This clue book, I got to say, you don't need clue books anymore in the same way, right? And this clue book was just stunning for its time. Not that I can find anything in it, but Religion 71. So we've got Henri can do Saint Julian. The Hospitalier. Gives you a bonus to ride. Woodwise. Also, the party can cross impassable water for 24 hours. That's kind of interesting. St. Peter, seems like a big one. Let's see. Gives tons of bonuses to heal, edge, speak common, strength, charisma. But perception is halved temporarily. If in prison, this saint may aid the party's escape. That's kind of interesting. Odo. It's interesting that's not in alphabetical order on the list. Bonus to charisma, perception, speak common, and each weapon skill gets a bump. That's kind of cool. And then Polycarp. Improves armor thickness by 11 and adds 90 to armor quality when attacked by flame weapons. Okay, so it's fire resistance. I'm going to do... Peter it reduces your perception, though. Odo didn't have any downsides, but definitely didn't have as many bonuses. But perceptions might not... I'm going to get Peter because that might be better for combat. You know what? And with that, I am going to head to the inn. And I'm going to save out. We'll call it a session. Again, I hope there's somebody out there that's having fun with this. I'm having a great time. I think I've done a lot of the early grinding I need to do, so I might be a little bit better about, doing stuff on camera. Basically what I did was I jumped on and basically I spent like an hour or two just playing fights, swapping equipment. It wasn't too bad. If you were playing like a JRPG or something, you'd definitely do that kind of stuff. At least I have, at least in like playing the old like Final Fantasy, you run around the wilderness. One of my things is I like to overlevel. I don't know if I talked about that so much on my playthrough here of Demon's Souls, but where I did my Elden Ring playthrough on my older channel that's more war game focused, that was my thing, just overlevel. So I'm hoping I'm starting to slightly, get ahead of the curve just a teeny bit for the basic stuff. So let's see if it'll let me save. And this is still the same day. I don't know why I have to keep looking. And the time is 11:48. So yeah, thanks again. Again, Black Lodge Trivia Night. YouTube channels, Black Lodge Trivia Night. Follow us on Twitter at Black Lodge RPG. All the playthroughs are here. If you want audio versions of everything we do, not everything, our podcasts and actual plays of the RPGs, you can find that wherever you do podcasts. Again, that's Black Lodge Trivia Night as well. And thank you. We'll jump back in with this at some point and see where it goes. So take care. Thanks.